Well, hello, my good people. Happy Tuesday after Thanksgiving. I hope you are all doing fabulously well today. I'm doing great. And I'm actually been thinking, kind of reflecting on this. Hello, everybody coming in. Hello. Good to see you all. I've been reflecting on this the last couple days since my kids kind of went back out um, to their jobs and their regular lives. Um, I had such an amazing time this Thanksgiving. I am so freaking lucky, and you know, I've gone through hard times. I've gone through great times. Right now, with my kids, is the best time ever. I mean, they are. I always used to say when they were little that every age that they grow older, they become better, and I still feel that way. They're grown men now, but one of our Thanksgiving traditions, holiday traditions, really, is since we live in one of the most beautiful, uh, beautiful places in the entire world. We get to go to the beach and it be nice and beautiful and sunny and gorgeous. And my kids can go swim in the ocean during the holidays. I'm so blessed. I feel so lucky to be in the position to where I can take my kids to the beach and we can all have fun together and take a walk. And it's not your white Christmas, it's not your white Thanksgiving, but if anybody, lives near the beach and can feel the vibe, that's what it's about for me. We had the best time. We had the best food. We had the best company. We went down memory lane. I just love my kids, and I love spending time with them, and I love where I am. So I hope and I'm not trying to make people jealous or rub it in. I just want you to know that you don't miss the white Christmas. Love Louis. Does that, the only time I've had a white Christmas is when I've intentionally gotten in a car and driven to a white Christmas. So anyway, I just want you all to know, I hope that your Thanksgiving was as fulfilling as mine. And, I've had Thanksgivings where I was completely lonely. So I know, because, I shared custody with my ex for, several years, and we had to trade holidays. Right. So, I cherish the holidays that I get to spend with them. And there are holidays when I don't get to spend time with them, and it's much more lonely and sad, and so I understand that feeling as well. I just want you to know this was a great holiday for me, and I hope it was for you as well. And now we're looking forward to, oh, that's amazing. Punta Cana is beautiful. I've never been there, but I've known people who have had actually houses there and stuff. That's amazing. I think Granny might have went to Punta Cana at one point. Anyway, so yes, we are here today. Yes, the title, Caroline. Um, it's true. It's true. A serial scammer is once again scamming the community, because scammers gonna scam, right? Scammers gonna scam. Does anyone remember? Wow, you saved all. Yeah, of course. That's amazing. I can't believe it. I hope you have the best time. Love Louis Designs. That's amazing. So does anybody remember what I said when right after Koberger pled guilty and abruptly ended a long anticipated trial that everybody was, all the content creators who, were banking on getting his trial to, tragedy pimp off of, right? I mean, do the most. All those people who thought they were going to get all that discovery from the trial, it was just shut down immediately when he pled guilty. And what did I say? Can anybody in the chat remind the chat what I said? If you don't remember, it's okay. It's okay if you don't remember. I'll tell you again. I said, here come the Koberger scams. Here come the Koberger scams. And since we have a person who heavily covered Koberger, who rode the wave of Koberger to a much bigger channel than she started out with her Watts coverage and her drama coverage, Lana Oriani from Truth and Transparency rode that Koberger wave, and I think she was probably among the most devastated that he pled guilty, right? Especially since she was a pro-burger before that happened. Constantly making up reasons why he couldn't be guilty of this heinous crime. So, and of course, she called herself, I am Idaho 4. And we're going to see this. We're going to see her saying this in a clip reel I'm about to show you. But I want to remind you of, I want to remind you of, I'll take a tiny little trip down memory lane of where we were 2 years ago now, because it was in December of 2021 when Lana Oriani launched this. So that's just part of her promo reel announcing that she was going to sue 12 people in the YouTube community. So, and then there was just hours and hours of content like this of her doing this.
Crafton and Kim, I went ahead and I sent one to separately, but to the same address. And then just in case, I went ahead and I did your guys's sort of like, you're gonna have to sign for it, you know. Shit, maybe I'll just send a carrier so they can be cammed up, so we can have that all on camera.
So hours and hours of her doing smack talk and threatening people, trying to intimidate people. Even at one point she said this.
And this judge grants a PPO out on me, all of you guys will start getting the same fucking thing, and it's going to start with me.
And this resulted in, because she did follow through on that promise to file so many lawsuits against YouTubers, that she was going to go after all those other YouTubers because she got a PPO. Then she filed all her lawsuits, resulting in this YouTube legal record. Okay. She now, that big launch campaign and all the smack talk and her talking about how she's this incredible lawyer, results in this. Okay. 18 losses and 1 win, which was really on a technicality because somebody lied for her, right? But she also ended up with a criminal conviction out of it. And she is permanently restrained from any contact of a YouTuber. And yet, she is now going to launch a whole new legal grift on the backs of the Idaho 4 murder victims by taking the Moscow PD to court. Okay? Because you know why? She can't get her content. If she, Koberger pimpin', she's always that, this is something she made, right? She's always Koberger pimpin' and pimping for him. Well, she can't get her content out of them fast enough in order to, make so much more money on the Idaho 4. So she has to now pretend that she's going to sue them. And this time she hasn't launched a fundraiser that I know of. She didn't say she was putting together yet another fraudulent nonprofit that's going to get canceled in a couple years because she's, because it was fraudulent, basically. So she didn't do any of that, but she's certainly going to take whatever she can get out of the under the guise that she's going to take Moscow PD to court. And so when someone saw my video and that I shared with members, and I'm going to share with you now, and then I'll make it public afterward, they saw my video and they sent me a couple memes. I can't take credit for these memes. But the Grinch of Christmas is here. Yes, Merry GRIFTMas. Exactly. So I want to think, I don't want to out the person. If the person is in chat who made these memes for me wants to raise their hand, you are welcome to do so. I'm more than happy to give you the credit, but I didn't ask for your permission when you sent them to me via email, so I don't feel right saying who sent them to me, if that makes sense. So, but it's so apropos. Stolen super chats, Lana Esquire, pretend law degree, frivolous lawsuit. She's the queen of the frivolous lawsuit. And what's so fantastic about the internet is that the internet's is not going to let you forget that you already tried to scam the community for frivolous lawsuits and lost your fucking ass. You not only no, that's Kim's. You not only lost your ass, you looked like it boomeranged like hell on you, because you thought you were going to go into those courts and just wow everybody with your amazing ability to cut people down and, speak your fake legalities, when you ended up looking like a complete fucking boob, and you ended up giving us content for hours of you making an absolute fool out of yourself in court. Hours and hours and hours like this.
To run a contest and invite all these people to entice hate and then pay them?
It's a legal activity.
And then pay them? No, it's not.
I know, that's what
this is a civil protection order. They shouldn't be doing this, right? Because it's mentally stressful, right?
So then I have to shut down the internet.
No, you don't have to shut down the internet because they can talk about me all they want.
Or you're going to see more of those wonderful moments in the video I'm about to show you. But I think you get the point. We've already been here. And we repeat what we don't repair, don't we? I mean, since I say that, it must be true that we repeat what we don't repair. So clearly, this has not been repaired for Lana Oriani. She still thinks that she can use the courts and scam people out of believing that she actually is going to win some sort of court case against the Moscow PD. So, yeah, I know. I totally agree. The only difference between Lana and Bullhorn is Lana's far more perverted, or far more openly perverted. Yes, I don't know, she's never specifically clear about what she received from them. If she got denials herself. I think it's just that the stuff isn't coming on time, or, she just has to wait in a long line, and she's paying for this content hasn't come to her yet, and she's mad about it. So now she's going to claim that they're all frauds and they're corrupt. And now she's been claiming that police department is fraudulent and corrupt for years, right? And she thinks that she's going to go online, call them fraudulent and corrupt, wanting to get the personal name and number of every single person who has requested a FOIA, and think that they're going to just hand that over to her. And this live stream that I'm doing, and the video I'm about to show you, is somewhat of a PSA to say, before you hand over everybody's personal names and addresses and whatever, before anybody thinks that this is a legit legal action for her to take, know the history here, because we've been here before. We've been here before. Now let's see. Let's watch her with her big threats to the Moscow PD. And so like I said, I shared this with members first, and I'll share it with the public later after this. But I thought some of the comments on the video were awesome. A GRIFTMas nutter. Sidebar. Yet another buffoon using the courts because she can't have her way. Entitlement privilege. PKC has a very insightful comment about whether there's a different magistrate now and how they will how she's going to be looking out for this to see how they respond. Granny says that her confidence scares me. Oh, by the way, I heard it was Granny's birthday today. If you're listening, Granny, happy birthday. Anyanka says should sue the judge too. She talks over the judge. Her courtroom behavior is atrocious. I mean, Bryn says, I bet you a whiteboard she'll lose. So there's some just great comments. I love the comments that I get from my viewers. You are all so funny and insightful, and also very, what's the word I'm looking for? Compassionate. You're compassionate. And anyway, I don't think this lunatic will ever learn pointer lever. I just don't. We repeat what we don't repair, and she's repeating because it clearly hasn't been repaired. So this is a PSA to all of y'all. This is what you're dealing with.
Requests. They're extorting. I want to break a story that Moscow Police Department is literally extorting public requests. They're extorting. How is this not extorting?
So they're extorting. So she's right off the bat. She's saying that they are committing a crime, a fraudulent crime, a corrupt crime against her by extorting her. Hello, everybody coming in. Thanks for being here. Hey, it's been a while, Harlot Oscaret. So good to see you. I hope you're doing well. So anyway, dream to be somebody. Yes. So I think the info is just slow in coming. She thinks that she knows her way around a police department and their internal systems and all the things that you have to do. She thinks it's ridiculous that for 13 minutes of body cam, it takes 8 hours for somebody to go through that. Oh my gosh. I didn't know that. But anyway, so let's just keep going. So now she's accusing them of extortion, a crime right off the bat. Good job, Lana. Good job. So since I'm getting extorted, I'm going to now sue you. And I'm going to promote it on my channel before I make one move. That's going to work out great. I'm sure. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention that this is really, in my mind, scam number 2, post-conviction scam number 2 for Lana, because she's already launched a fundraiser to make a masterpiece documentary with a new timeline. And she is, swore that she was going to submit it to a film festival by a March deadline that she must have made up in her head, because this film festival actually occurs in February. So she's planning to turn in the documentary film after the film festival. She is a constant setup for failure. It's predictable failure at all times with her. So, I get that she can be entertaining and interesting and things like that. And, she really grabbed a lot of audience members with her Idaho 4 conspiracies and coverage and victim blaming and all that shit. But if you put any more into it than, a view, then you're getting scammed. I'm sorry to tell you, you're getting scammed.
They're extorting me. And now guess what I'm going to do? Guess what I get to do now? I'm going to be able to see all of this shit unredacted because I'm demanding to see it unredacted and I'm flying out to fucking Idaho to do it.
So a known stalker with a permanent protection order on her is threatening to come to Idaho because she thinks that by going to Idaho and going to the police department, she's going to be able to force them with her logic and her, bravado to give them, to just hand everything over. But remember, again, and I put captions on the screen because this is going to be a standalone video on its own. She launched a series of lawsuits in December 2021 and lost 18 but out of 19 of them. So why does she think she's going to actually be able to take on the Moscow PD? Who knows? I don't know. I want
to see all of this shit unredacted because now you have to prove that your redactions are actually legit. So let's fuck, right? Turtle Boy, let's fuck. Like, explain to me that logistically. You can't.
This woman absolutely worships Turtle Boy. She drops his name. She drops his name wherever she can. This has nothing to do with Turtle Boy, but she's like, Turtle Boy, let's fuck. Yeah, I hope this is all on. I can't wait for the courtroom transcripts or audio or film or whatever of her trying to take on the Moscow PD for shit that she really doesn't have much right to. She doesn't even live in Idaho, and she's acting like she's a Idaho citizen who has been paying taxes. Yeah, exactly. Well, she does try to represent herself, and that has failed. She says in this video that it's not going to be her making the arguments, implying that she's going to get a lawyer. But how's she going to pay for that lawyer? And let me ask you this, and you'll see this, that I say this in the captions later on this video. Okay, how on earth can she manage not only filing a lawsuit against the Moscow PD, which takes hours and hours and hours of preparation work and research and whatever? You have to know your shit to do something like that, and pull together all the editing and the research and everything you need to do for a documentary, a masterpiece that you're selling to your audience that you raised at, by my last count, $2,300 for. You're going to submit that to the film festival on time, which in your mind is in March, even though the film festival is in February. You're going to pull all that together, and you're going to sue Moscow PD to make sure that you can get the shit that you probably is already on its way to you. You're just in a long, in the back of a long line of other people. You're such a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. And I'm going to have your asses all on a fucking platter.
I'm my own lawyer.
So once again, she's talking big smack. She's, waving her big dick around about how she's going to have people's asses on a platter. So I could not resist but put her own court performances to show how she had other people's asses on a platter. And let me tell you, out of the hours and hours and hours of courtroom content we get out of Lana's many antics and many attempts to get, to get things on people in court and all those failures, that there is not one redeeming moment, one moment where you go, wow, that was smart. That was such a smart move to make. Yeah, the binder budget must be massive. All right.
As I am here today, Your Honor, sidebar.
Okay, listen, what you have,
Since she brought this in,
sidebars, there's no jury here.
Okay, well, that's
so
me.
You do a sidebar to keep a jury from hearing things, but there's no jury here. So
okay, then
you have an objection, make an objection.
She's going to have their asses on a platter.
I can't do this much longer. I don't understand, since both of you do true crime and you follow court, how either of you think this is proper.
I don't think
And
it's
then I'm supposed to follow along and take this all in.
because since my evidence
This is
wasn't
the
good
problem.
enough.
Then I'll have to let her recross.
That's fine.
No, it's not fine. It's not fine at all.
That's monitoring.
This is getting.
I don't know what
I
this.
don't understand what you're talking about. Don't interrupt. No one's asking you anything, okay?
She's just gonna have their asses on a platter.
I don't know.
And I would not like to speak on anything that has to do with that.
Please talk.
Yep.
Thank you. Are you going to let me talk now? Are you going to interrupt me?
You can speak.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate that. Thanks for your permission.
This is your courtroom.
I'm desperately trying to get this.
I asked the question, so if she could just answer the question. What did I say to threaten her?
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to tell you something.
Watch out, Moscow PD. That's what you're up against. Thank you for becoming a member, Pointer Lover. It feels like this happens every stream that you become a member. I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, watch out, Moscow. This is what you got coming for you. You bet. Get your top. I don't know. I think you should literally get a first year out of law school prosecutor on this. Or whoever's going to go up to defend her, whoever's on your legal team in the Moscow PD that, argues these things. I hope it's a first year law student just to get their practice on, an idiot pro se litigant.
Could you give me a second?
You think you're going to send your automated, hey, we received your fucking request? No. There's statutes for a reason, and you guys are violating your own fucking statutes. So you want to fucking play? Let's play. I also want to call out and make sure that people aren't putting in bogus requests that are, that live in.
Listen to all the, oh, that's weird, Pointer Lover. I don't know what's going on with that either. I have no control over that at all, so I'm not sure what's going on. But listen to all the shit she thinks she's going to be able to get out of Moscow PD. All the personal information she thinks she can get. So a stalker with a lifetime PPO against her and a history of putting out sealed discovery, and I have proof of this, okay, wants to fuck while getting all the personal information she can out of Koberger's case files. What could go wrong?
Idaho or live in Moscow, okay, because their requests are handled within 3 days and our requests are handled within 21 days. So we're going to do a lot of digging. Okay. I want names of every single person, or I want the filings of every single person that's asked for a public request since the case is closed. I want the dates, the timestamps, and I want the turnaround for all of it. I want all of the.
Guarantee you that if she's able to get this information and this discovery, her name is going to be the one that you see most. Her name is going to be listed on there more than any other person. I guarantee it. I probably wouldn't bet eating olives on that because I don't know for sure. This is a huge case and there are a lot of people who are asking for discovery, but I'll bet her name comes up at least 100 times in that discovery. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Take. The
money that has come in has been paid in to date. I want all the down payments. I want everything that's paid up in full. And I want to see if people are clogging on purpose and putting in these FOIA requests, and if it could potentially be actually government workers doing it to impede me and you from getting material.
And there you have it. There you have it right there. That's the motive. You're impeding me from getting my content. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. I'm just looking at your avatar. It's good to see you, Jen Lu. This is just fucking. she's gonna be the one that's listed most on that. But yeah, she thinks she's gonna get all the government employees. And if you're listening, Moscow PD or any government employees over there in Moscow, just know that if your information is put in that file to her, it will be public. It will go on her show. That's her pattern. That's what she does. And that when she filed all these other lawsuits, all of these where she lost her ass so badly, that's what she was trying to do. She was trying to get people's discovery. She was trying to get into people's chats. She thought that she could prove a big grand conspiracy, corruption in the true crime community. Bullshit. When me and Allie requested Letitia's jail calls, it took a while, sometimes because the person in charge of handling those had to listen and to each and every call. Yes, she's acting like they are just sitting, they're on their asses over there with no work, and that, she's acting like they are specifically targeting her. They're saying, oh, that's Lana Oriani, let's not send her anything. That's what she's trying to portray to the audience. But, I have to tell you that I don't have a lot of personal experience with doing FOIA requests and how long they take. I know you and Allie do, Jen. You guys know that, how long it takes. So I would trust you and your truthfulness over her any day. Yeah, I know. Could have been 19, Caroline. It could have been 19 if Grafton wasn't such a fucking perjurous liar. Exactly, PKC. It's because of people like her. They have to think through every little word that's said in there, every single name that's said in there, and say, what would some lunatic do with this information? Hello, Sammy. Nice to see you. Cleaning up after Thanksgiving. Okay, let's keep going.
So guess what I'm going to go for? This gave me the idea that I want all of the IM interactions during the time of the FOIA's beginning until now. And I want to see the communications that all of these people were having about FOIAs, about public.
You hear that? She wants all the information. She wants all the communications between the employees. Whether she can get that or not, I don't know. But if they do, if that discovery is provided to her, if she's able to successfully sue for this, just know it will all be public on her channel. She has no shame. No shame. As she keeps saying, let's fuck. That's how she thinks of it. Let's fuck.
Requests. I want to hear these people writing each other back and forth, talking about how they should go about these public requests. Let's go. You want to fuck? We'll fuck. Right? Let's fuck. Let's all fuck. I'm going to fuck them up in the courtroom.
Okay, but you should have shown that on your direct. I'm just being honest.
I know, and I'm sorry. I can't go back.
It's not my fault that you forgot how.
But any lawyer that's going to sit there and I'm going to say, argue this shit.
You see, that's interesting. So Kansas shut you out completely. Kansas shut you out completely. So from state to state and from court to court and from jail to jail, system to system, you could get a completely different response. And that's why it's so time consuming. And, by this time, I think Lana and her team that are constantly doing FOIA requests really know that. But they're trying to project to their audience that there's some sort of corruption going on because it's not coming in fast enough. Yeah, I know. Ugh. It's fucking crazy. Crazy. Wait, what's going on? Here we go.
And I want the guy that couldn't talk and couldn't form sentences. I want to go up against him for the city. The guy that went up with Maddie's mom and her lawyers,
I can't go back. It's not that what I want you.
I love it when people like Lana and Betty did this too. Mock the way people speak and then do the exact fucking thing all the time. So I had to show that. I had to show that in court. She's calling for the guy. She's saying that she's implying that she's gonna get a lawyer for this legal action, right? But she wants her lawyer to go up against the guy who can't talk, can't form a sentence. Now, she has, for the record, she has previously launched legal funds saying that she was going to hire a lawyer. She even collected money privately from people saying that she was going to get a lawyer, and she's never kept a lawyer for a YouTube case. She's hired them and fired them and ended up going pro se every time. So I would not be surprised if this continues to move forward, if she really does plan to sue these people, that she doesn't decide to do it try to redeem her previous courtroom blunders and buffoonery with a better courtroom performance for this, right? I wouldn't be surprised if she's not trying to like recreate history where she wins. Now, if she were to win any sort of lawsuit against Moscow PD over this, I will eat a jar of olives. Okay. That I will put some skin in the game there. I will put some skin in the game there. In case there's a couple people in the chat who might want to come join me as we watch the rest of this video. If you do, here's the link. Let's keep going.
To do about it, her channel. I don't have gifts on my channel.
I want to go up against him. So put him talking about this.
Doing this right because it's mentally stressful, right? So
then I would have to shut down the internet.
No, you don't have to shut down the internet because.
Why do I care? Because it's not just Moscow that this is happening.
Now, this I found fascinating. Hi, Anonymous Lucy. Good to see you. Thanks for saying hi in the chat. This is fascinating because somebody asked her, why do you care about this? You can eat my jar of olives. I'm kidding. Lana and her uniboob. I forgot about the uniboob. Look, she's being asked, why do you care? And she's like, well, this is why I care. But look at the look in her eyes as she explains why she cares. And tell me, when you're looking at her eyes and you're hearing the words, do they match up? What I call this is Duper's delight. Not I. I didn't come up with the term Duper's delight, but this is what you call Duper's delight.
It's happening all over. And here, this happened to be the case that I was covering. So that's why I fucking care. And I know that all of you guys care because that's why you're here. And so we're going to go get the shit. And we're going to make I don't care if we lose. We're going to make them prove that what they're doing is right.
So she's just doing this all for the right reasons, y'all. This is just all for the right reasons. This is an issue that's much bigger than her. Hey, Navigator, hope you're staying warm as well. Yes, this is just much bigger than Lana. It's a big issue, and she's going to tackle this issue for all of us because we need to beat the system, man. The system's fucking us over, man, and I'm going to prove it. Even though I lost 18 court cases against YouTubers and I have a permanent stalking order and a criminal conviction, and in every single instance said that I was going to win and I was going to kick everybody's asses, right? Oh my God. Hello, everybody coming in. Please remember to hit the thumbs up. Thank you very much.
Prove that what you're doing is right, because I'm telling you right now, it's not.
Oh, because Lana knows what's right and wrong. Lana's the moral she sets the moral standard here for what's right and wrong. And yeah, you know, and then there's Boston clings to Lana. How long has she had that fucking clingy, cringy name? Boston. I can't let you up here. I'm sorry with that name. Can't do it. Ladies and gentlemen,
Jar of olives.
We have a jar of olives that I am supposed to. Oh no. I'm honestly feeling a little bit gaggy right now.
Oh,
I'm
shoot.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So anyway, what any thoughts on this so far?
I think we need to have a fucking competency test for everyone that brings frivolous lawsuits, especially with Betty and this lady. All of them just sit there and they just think like, I'm just gonna bring a frivolous lawsuit because I had my feelings hurt. Or this one is like doing it because she's hungry for content and she's trying to. My guess is she's probably gonna do the lawsuit, raise money for me to sue these people. Grift probably.
She's at least going to get some indirect funding on that basis. Yes.
It's like, guys, there's a big conspiracy to hide the fact that Koberger was actually innocent. And I'm going to get to the bottom of all of it, guys. I'm going to FOIA everything. And they're not doing it fast enough. So it's got to be a conspiracy. It's not that the FOIA system is overloaded and everyone is fucking literally waiting years for things. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So, and that's the funny thing is she knows that. She knows. She's been doing FOIAs for 2 years now. I mean, that was her being able to figure out a FOIA other people couldn't in looking for, dash cam footage and body cam footage is what helped her blow up her channel. And so she, like, her bread and butter is getting successful FOIA requests out of these guys, and now she's not getting them, and so now the content has to be that she's suing them, right? It's such a grift. And yes, we need competency tests. I think we need them for jurors and for people who file frivolous lawsuits and try to represent themselves.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I mean, like, these people, they just think like they're allowed to do it. I mean, like, I just can't understand how they just allow these people just like after 18 losses. Was it 18 or 19?
18 losses, 19 filings that I can count.
19 filings, 18 of them was losses. She's going to just do, or to try to do another lawsuit, and she's making fun of like literally the victim's lawyer. Like, oh, like
yeah,
they did something wrong. No, they didn't do anything wrong. Their friends were murdered. And scumbags like you milk the guy that fucking case, trying to make up bullshit about whether Koberger was innocent or he was framed or it was actually the people in the house. Even when the guy fully admits it and says, "Yeah, I killed those people, and I have no regrets about murder."
Court under yes, he swore in court that he murdered these kids.
And he's like, I have no regrets, and I don't give a fuck. And you still like, he's absolutely innocent. If there was ever a guy that looked guilty when they did their plea deal, that was the guy. He even shed a tear.
Yep. He sat there like a statue the whole time. Yeah. Just with his shifty, like doing the tennis ball, the tennis court head moving. You know what I mean? That's all he did. And then he just said a few yeses. Yes. Yeah.
Just an evil person, and you got a bunch of grifters and evil people defending that shit. It's just like, and it's another one of those innocent fraud projects these guys always become part of.
Innocence fraud, exactly. That's what happened with Watts. Watts did the same thing. He pled guilty, and people like her launched entire nonprofits, to defend him after he pled guilty.
And heavens forbid you try to warn people about it and say, hey, this is a fraud. She tries to ruin your life.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm one of the only people that's still doing it.
Well, then, because most people just don't even talk about this lady in the true crime community. She's like literally banished.
Yeah.
No one hangs out with her. No one teams up with her. Everyone realizes this lady's a nut job and no one wants to be around her.
Yeah. But that when she is going scamming, when she continues to scam on true crime cases, I'm going to point it out. No matter how many times Boston clings to Lana, says, "Stop and get over Lana. Get over Lana." You need to get over Lana. You're the one who's been defending her through all of her fuck shit and clinging to her. Oh, Boston supports Lana. It's so fucking clingy. It's fucking cringe, man.
Yeah.
And I make videos sometimes about her. You cling to her, which is weird. You cling to a pro-crime innocence fraudster. And Shazam. How anybody could even get past Shazam is just beyond me. So anyway, thank you for being a member for 4 months, Smoke Show 13. All right. Yeah. Defends Beej too. Yep.
It's not right.
Of course she defends Beej. They all come from the same mindset. Grift, grift, grift. Take, take, take. You owe me, you owe me, you owe me. All owe me. You owe me my living. You know, I don't want to put any work into my channel. You have to put all the work into my channel. Now, I will say that Lana does put far more work into her content than Beej does. Lana at least doesn't fucking fall asleep, you know, while she's streaming somebody else's content.
Because what you're putting out there is not transparency. What you're putting out there is fucking games, reindeer games. And I'm not playing reindeer games. I don't have fucking time for it. They want to hide stuff. They want to think that they got more money. These are government entities. I'm tired of I'm tired of watching the wrong people be protected. We, the people, should be protected.
So the wrong people are being protected the way she's protected Brian Koberger for 2 years. It's the wrong people. According to her, it's anybody who says Koberger was guilty. They're the wrong people. Right, B. Tim?
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. And the problem is no one does background checks on some of these people that they like let up. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like someone says, a cringe when she showed up in a legitimate lawyer's YouTube channel. She will lay down $5 super chat and yell, "Ignore her, she's trouble."
Yeah. That does have. I notice that sometimes, not all the time, but I notice I'll be watching a lawyer streaming about a case, especially one that she covers, and she love bombs them and throws them money to get their attention. She really, really, really wants Turtle Boy to pay attention to her because she keeps saying his name in her videos.
Well, just send him some tit pics and he'll definitely pay attention to you. I mean, clearly that's his modus operandi. So
you'll get something back from him apparently. When
you might get on his show if you keep on if it's good enough.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
I mean,
just don't go into his living room.
Yeah. See, now isn't that weird, Pointer Lover? This now says that you're a member for 3 months. So that it does this like every stream with Pointer Lover where it says she's a member. Yeah, it's all messed up. It's so weird. I wish there was a way for me to control how that happens, Pointer Lover. I don't at all.
I have like a sidebar. What do you think of the AI fucking craziness that's going on? Like I'm hearing like every single channel complain about it. Like I've literally watched like literally every single channel. I watched like a whole hour worth of a big YouTuber with 200,000 saying like the new AI is not only messing with like immediately deleting and all this stuff, but it's also like forcing old long-term content in the back end and only pushing like short-term immediate content basically.
You know, I haven't seen those complaints, but I believe them all, and it makes complete sense to me. They are constantly they'll make little tweaks to the technology, and then sometimes they will unleash a major tweak that tweaks everybody out. You know what I mean? That happens all the time.
Did you see? I think it's probably has to do with their AI program that Google's developing. They're trying to shoestring into YouTube.
Well, no, they've been doing that AI on the back end for years, but
Yeah.
now it's just more clear to us what it looks like.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
You
It's
know?
really crazy because that's like I'm hearing like a lot of people complain. I've seen a total of 5 million channels banned so far.
Wow.
Like,
Fuck, man.
and like not only that, channels that their views are dropping because YouTube's not recommending them. Channels that used to get a ton of long-term video views, like videos are dying in viewership because of the new AI, because they're not being recommended. And short-term content and live streams are being pushed a lot more pushed. But even there, they're getting issues with live streams.
Yeah.
It's getting weird.
It's always been the AI has always been bad and has always made bad decisions. It recently made a bad decision for me. Lana struck a video of mine based on her, you know how she got that courtroom audio from Lauren's case?
I seen that.
She streamed it on her channel. I picked up it's an hour of court audio from Lauren's hearing.
Mm-hmm.
I played 8 minutes of it, completely transformed it, commentated over it, the whole 9 yards, and that got struck.
By her?
Yep, by her. And I know that other people like Queen also streamed it and didn't get struck. So that was very targeted because she's trying to get my address.
Yeah.
She will never get my address. I don't give a shit about her little strikes. So, but the AI made a mistake there. And since I'm not going to give her my address to combat it or to go to court over it.
Well, you can always put it on Rumble as a backdrop, or like Kick or some shit like that.
Yeah, if I want to, but it's honestly not that important to me. You know what I mean? It's like it was just me commentating over Lauren's court audio.
Yeah,
that was that is public content anyway, right?
Yeah,
because it's court audio, but she somehow claimed it as hers. So and the AI bought it and took my video down. So that's just, and she will play every dirty possible game she can to, for certain people that call her out. And I'm about the only one who calls her out these days. So for shit like this. And I don't call her out for every little thing. I don't go on her channel and stream her all day long and say and make little comments about, the way she looks and everything. I pick out when she is scamming people or being, a sex pest to people in the name of true crime, because that's what she's doing here. So anyway, I'll keep playing it.
Until they are forced to change. And that's why we're going to put in an injunction. And no one's, and if anybody in the media tries to spin this, like I'm trying to get fucking dead bodies and pictures of students, fucking I will go to war with anybody that says that this channel is trying to do that. Bring your...
You hear me? You hear me cackle in the background there? So she's like, how dare anybody accuse me of wanting to get this discovery just so I could get pictures of and private information about girls and gory pictures of them dead and stuff like that. When we've documented that she got sealed discovery and put it on her fucking channel. She has a past history of that. She's showing that she doesn't clean herself up after past history of doing other shit, like losing 18 court cases and now thinking she can beat the fucking Moscow PD. So of course you're going to do other shit that you've done over again because somehow it works for you and you don't care. And your audience likes it, okay. But it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it cool. It's okay. I a couple of years ago, I did all of that and it resulted in nada. And it resulted in me believing that YouTube doesn't give a shit. And that's why I say to anybody who asks, they don't. Sorry, they just don't give a shit about harassment. They really don't.
Yeah. If you have enough subs and you make them enough money, they don't care. Like for instance, they only recently banned some lady, some Korean streamer on Twitch. And it wasn't because she was banned for one day for sexually assaulting a guy on a live stream. And then they only banned her another time because she literally started shoplifting from Target. And it was like a big outrage happened. It wasn't because, it wasn't like a big it wasn't like they did it because she was committing crimes. It was because big YouTubers like Osmond Gold is like calling them out. And it's the same thing here. It's like, you know,
it's when they get public pressure. Yes.
Yeah. They don't care. They don't care.
I've gone into this before. I know how these platforms think, how these companies think. It's a cost to benefit ratio, right? If they are making money off of making money off of a YouTuber, and the claims are soft, you know, and they can say, oh, that's, you know, that's a civil matter or whatever. They won't take action until there's public pressure put on them externally, either, you know, by a massive upsurging by YouTubers or through public media attention. That's when they start paying attention, because they're thin-skinned when it comes to the media. So anyway, you're right.
Fucking ass to my fucking channel. Here's the link, and I dare you to defame me.
Defame you or defam you? Do you dare us to? Are you going to sue us for defamation? That's why I had to laugh. Come on. Dare. You wouldn't know. You don't even know how to fucking spell defamation, much less sue for it successfully, you idiot. And she tried that twice. That was in 2 different legal filings.
I am doing what you, mainstream media, don't have the fucking balls, you never do, to fucking do. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing something for we the people. You keep doing something for we fucking daddy over there, whoever's running the media over there, which I know, but I'm not going to get political, because I don't get political. So bring your ass the fuck up over here. And let's do it. Come on. Let's fucking dance, baby. I'm ready to dance. Anything we talked about here during this video, use the comment section. At some point, you're going to have an opinion, whether you like the video, whether you don't. If thumbs it.
See, watch this.
Down if you don't. But just don't not do anything.
We were we were guilted into reacting to this. So I don't want to hear no comments in my comment section like, leave her alone. She's nothing. No, this is me reacting. Just like she just socially pressured us, emotionally pressured us into reacting. She said, don't do anything. I'm just supporting her cause.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this person.
So they're keeping her on at high shift. They're keeping her honest in that chat. And this person writes, arrest Lana. So here's her lovely response to that.
Look at this person. This is what I do on a Sunday night too, buddy. Peace out, guys. Thank you so, so much.
To that, because I am Idaho 4.
So just remember, that's the whole thing here. She believes she is Idaho 4. So, you know, the portrayal she's putting out there is, how dare you, Moscow PD, not allow me, the Idaho 4, to milk this for more content on your back, on the back of these kids, right? Yeah. Fucking hilarious. So that's what I wanted to show y'all. So the video I just showed was on members only at first. But I am going to make it public in a minute, you know, a little bit later today. But just so you're all aware, once again, we have a person who, with this track record right here for suing people, saying that they're going to now sue the Moscow PD successfully, and that she's going to have their asses in court. Let's see if I cannot wait. I honestly cannot wait to see the results of this. I think this will be a fun thing to follow, along with the progress of this documentary, this masterpiece documentary that she's going to submit a month after the festival actually happens. That's what I wanted to show you today. I hope that you all have hit the like button.
Or the dislike button. Lana's
Or
probably the one
yeah,
hitting
go
it.
just hit a button. Hit a button, whatever.
YouTube doesn't care.
Just like Lana said, hit that button, hit the down button, just don't do nothing.
Comment how much you love olives in the chat. You just love them.
Yes, just say how much you.
You should just name your new members just Olive.
Imagine saying that in an actual court hearing as if four beautiful. I know it was. That's why it's so galling. That's what it is to her. That's what it is to her. Is something she gets to own.
Yeah, she's a nasty person. I only hope the worst for her. She's a terrible person. That's pretty much it. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. And I noticed you became a new member earlier. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I noticed. I was like, wow, I wasn't a member. Okay, I didn't notice that actually. But because I have like a bunch of memberships, and I'm like, oh, okay. I think I'm a member of like probably like 10 or so, 10, 15 channels or some stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I used to member up to other people's channels. I have a personal policy of not membering up to creator channels anymore, just to not. I had such a horrible financial experience a few years ago.
Oh, what happened? Oh, well, you don't have to answer no more.
Oh, I talked about it. I just I sued people for $25,000. At the same time that somebody who said she was my friend donated to Lana's legal fund and then raised $20,000 for her own.
Oh, Jesus.
It was, I felt so fucking ripped off by that whole experience that I decided I'm not going to donate to people's legal funds. I'm not going to I'm not going to have any financial connection with other creators. I'm just not. We didn't even have a financial connection. That's how much it turned me off. We didn't have a financial connection. It's just that I literally, she knew I was spending a lot of my own money, never did a fund, never even made my lawsuit a public matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
She knew I was doing that, but then she flipped around and donated to Lana's legal fund. And I was like, fuck this shit. I'm never having this kind of a relationship with another creator. And so that's why I'm always, usually over here in my own little space. So anyway, that's my explanation. But I do want to thank you for coming up here and helping me commentate over this wackadoo's new grift just in time for GRIFTMas.
Yeah.
Now remember, I just want to remind you all, this is how she launched her last GRIFTMas legal campaign. So again, this is just this is just 2 years repeating what we don't repair. So there we go. Liberty. Anyway, so you have a good one too. Thanks for being here. Thank you everybody for being here in chat with me. Bye. And stick around. I have more content coming up for you hopefully shortly. Oh, PKC, thank you so much for gifting the 10 memberships. That is a fantastic way to support my channel. I don't know if my pay links have been going around in chat, but in case that you want to contribute in another way, that's another way to contribute. Thank you very much for everybody for being here. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye.